Right, okay, let's have a little crack at this. Everyone's favourite, long division, bit of chunking to start off with, and then, as you can see, we'll go on to the formal method. Now, I've chosen to do exactly the same question for both of these, so you can see the similarities and the differences between them, and then you can choose as to which one you prefer and which one you find easier. Personally, I prefer the chunking method, just because I see it's a little bit clearer, but I know lots of people do prefer the formal method as well, and it's up to you. Okay, some methods work for some people and they don't for others, and that's absolutely fine. So, start off. Okay, I might have said it before. I prefer to write down all of my divisions as bus stop methods. Okay, so we just write it down like so. Okay, just so I can see exactly what I've got. I know that it's division. Now, where I then want to go is I want to work out, so this is essentially repeated subtraction. We're taking chunks of 14 away from our number. So I don't just want to take 14 away each and every time. I want to take bigger chunks and lots of 14 away. I'm going to go 14 times by 10. Okay, I'm just going to keep this on the side just so I can refer back to it later if I need to as well. So 14 times by 10 is 140. Okay, that's still not that big, so I could probably go up 10 times more as well. So let's go for 14 times by 20, and that is just going to be double, so you've got 280. Okay, I might also need some slightly smaller ones as well, and just so I can go from my starting point again, I can go 14 times 5. Okay, and I'm just going to go down, and like I said, it's just half of the 10, so that's 70. A good little starting position there. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to have to take some lots of 14 away from 434. Okay, now looking over here at this side of the board, I can see my chunks and my lots of 14. 280 I'm able to take away from 434 because it is smaller than that number. So that's a good place to start. So I'm going to take away 280 from 434. And that is 14 lots of 20. Okay, so just on the side, on the side, it's 20 lots of 14, not 14 lots of 20. But I'm just going to write down how many lots of that is on the side. Okay, so it's 20 lots of 14. Draw my line underneath. I'm going to do my subtraction. 4 take away nothing is 4. 3 take away 8 I can't do because I don't want to go down into minus numbers. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to take 1 from there and put him back over there. Okay, I'm going to steal him from that side. So, and then I'm going to do 13 take away 8, which is then 5, and 3 take away 2, which is 1. Okay, we're in a nice position now. So now we're down to 154. We look back over here, what numbers can I use? I can't use 280 anymore because it's too big. I've only got 154 left. So instead, I can still use this 140 here. So let's take away 140. And we know that that is 10 lots, or 10 times 14. Okay, I'll write that inside. It's really important that we write that down on the side in some brackets. So, on to the next part. 4 take away nothing, again, is 4. 5 take away 4 is 1. And 1 take away 1 is 0. So I'm left down here with 14 now. Now, the aim of this is to go down to the smallest amount that we can, and preferably down to 0 if we can. Our original number was 14. Okay, so we can definitely take another 14 away here. Perfect. Okay, I don't have too much room at the bottom of my board. Okay, but 14 take away 14, we're going to end up with 0. And that's perfect. And what we did there is we took away 1 times 14. All we have to do at the end of this, okay, the magic of chunking, is that we look back at the lots of 14 that we have taken away previously. Okay, and we add all of these up. So we've got 20, we've got 10, and we've got 1. Okay, and we add all of these up, and that is going to give us our golden number of 31. So our answer to the question of 434 divided by 14 is 31. Okay, and all we were doing there is chunking. It's called repeated subtraction, and we're just taking away lots of 14 at a time. So obviously first we took away 20 lots, then we took away 10 lots, and then we took away one lot of 14 so that we could get down to the smallest number possible. And in this case, we got down to 0. If we end up with numbers at the bottom, so for example, we had 7 at the bottom, obviously we can't take 14 away from 7 because we don't want to go into minus numbers, but it would just mean that we had remainder 7. Okay? That's the chunking method. This is our formal method. And again, I want to start it off by writing it down as the bus stop method, okay, just to show me and remind myself of what I am doing. Now, for this one, I find it really, really helpful to write down the size of my 14 times table. So I'm going to go 14, 28, 42, 56, 70, and then we've got 84. At the moment, I don't even necessarily know if I'm going to need to use these, but they're there just in case I do. 98, and then let's do one more so I've got space. 112. Okay, right. Ha ha ha. Let's go. Now, I'll keep my blue. Keep my blue. The first thing that we need to do is we need to look at this number here. Okay, can we take away 14 from 4? No, because otherwise we go down into minus numbers and we don't want to do that. So we then look at both of these numbers, okay? And we need to look at how many lots of 14 we can take away from 43. Now, the most important part about this is that we try and find the highest possible multiple to take away from that number, okay? So we could take 14 away from it, but that's not the highest possible multiple that would go into 43. So we look down on our list. This is why we wrote our list in the first place, for times like this. Okay, not 14. It's not going to be 28. Okay, so we can still go higher. 42. It can't be 56 because that would be too high, and we can't take it away from 43. So we are going to take 42 away from 43. Okay, so let's go 42. Take away from 43. Okay, so 3 take away 2 is 1, and 4 take away 4. Bosh. There we go. Okay. Now this, if we look down the side, that was 1, 2, 3 times 14. That was 3 lots of 14. So we are going to write our 3 above there to show that that was 3 lots of 14. Now this is where our moving parts come into play, because we haven't used this 4 at all yet, and that's not on. Okay, he wants to get involved in the party of long division. Woohoo! Yeah, it's that fun. Okay, so we're going to bring our 4 down. He just comes on down into that empty space, and we're going to plop him right there. Plop's a horrible word, isn't it? Okay, going to plop in right there. Now, I'm sure you can see of what we can take away from 14 next. You know, you're probably screaming at your screen. You're like, Mr. Jones, it's 14. Of course it's 14. Because that is how fun division can be. So we are going to take away one lot of 14, which is 14, away from 14. Okay? We're going to subtract that as well. And again, just like we did previously, we end up with both zeros at the bottom. Okay? And that there, like we just said, was one lot of 14. So we're going to put our 1 up there. And look at that. Who'd have thought? The answer is right at the top, staring you in the face. 434 divided by 14 is 31. Okay, just a few more moving parts there. You have to be able to, well, you have to know your multiplications, okay, and you have to be confident in doing lots of them, okay, and being able to go up to quite high numbers, and then actually being able to then subtract in this part, being able to, well, remembering to pull the number down, okay. So there's quite a few different little parts to that one, but it probably is slightly quicker. So it's up to you as to which method you prefer, and obviously if you would like me to do any more examples of them, because you will get slightly trickier questions as well probably, but it's just a good one to introduce you to both the different methods of long division.